the Spartan army masters of ancient warfare. In this video, we will delve into the rigorous training and discipline that forged the Spartan warriors, explore their legendary battles, and uncover the strategies that made them masters of ancient warfare. Deep in the heart of ancient Greece, one city-state rose above all others in military prowess and discipline: Sparta. Known for its fierce warriors and unparalleled training, the Spartan army became legendary across the ancient world. Join us as we delve into the secrets of their success, explore their military strategies, and uncover where you can see remnants of their legacy today. From the legendary King Leonidas and the heroic stand at Thermopylae to their pivotal role in the Peloponnesian War, Sparta's influence shaped the course of Greek history. Discover the key events and figures that defined this remarkable city-state. Tradition tells us that the iconic Spartan army was founded by the semi-mythical lawgiver Lycurgus. His reforms laid the foundation for a society built on austerity, strength, and unwavering loyalty. Lycurgus introduced the Great Retra, a series of laws that emphasized military training and communal living. Spartan boys, deemed strong enough, entered the rigorous Agoge training at the age of 7, undergoing brutal physical and mental conditioning. This system was designed to create the perfect warrior. They were taught to be cunning, endure hardship, and prioritize the collective over the individual. For example, they learned to survive with minimal food and clothing. From an early age, Spartans were immersed in a life of discipline. Lycurgus believed that discipline was the cornerstone of a strong society. The Agoge focused on endurance, survival skills, and combat techniques. Exercises included running barefoot, wrestling, and mock battles. Physical trials, competitions, and survival challenges tested their mettle. These activities were designed to build strength, agility, and resilience. Boys were encouraged to steal food to develop resourcefulness, but if caught, they were punished for their failure. This taught them the importance of stealth and cunning in warfare. The Spartan army was meticulously organized. At its core were the Spartiates, full citizens granted land in exchange for their military service. They were the elite warriors, trained from a young age in the Agoge system. Alongside them were the prowess, free but non-citizen residents. They were crucial to the economy, engaging in trade, craftsmanship, and farming, which allowed the Spartiates to focus on military training. The helots, enslaved farmers, formed the backbone of Spartan agriculture. They worked the land and provided the necessary food supplies to sustain the Spartan state and its army. Each Spartan warrior was part of a syssitia, a communal mess hall where they trained and bonded as a unit. This fostered unity and loyalty among the soldiers. Sparta's military was divided into morai, each consisting of several lochoi, pentecostias, and enomochai, ensuring flexibility and command efficiency in battle. The combined efforts of the Spartiates, prowess, and helots created a formidable military and a stable economy. Sparta's military might was tested in numerous conflicts. Their clashes with Persia at Thermopylae and Plataea demonstrated their legendary resilience. Later, in the Peloponnesian War, Sparta emerged victorious against Athens, securing dominance over Greece. But their supremacy was short-lived as internal struggles and external pressures mounted. Famous battles, such as the heroic stand at Thermopylae, showcased their courage. Even vastly outnumbered, the Spartans' discipline and tactical brilliance were unmatched. In lesser-known conflicts like the Battle of Mantinea, their strategic prowess was evident. The Battle of Nemea further highlighted their tactical ingenuity and relentless spirit. Spartan warriors fought using the formidable phalanx formation, an unbreakable wall of shields and spears. This tight-knit formation allowed them to move as a single unit, providing both offensive and defensive capabilities. Their equipment, including the crimson chitons, Corinthian helmets, and short xiphos swords, was meticulously designed for both protection and aggression. The crimson chitons made them easily identifiable, while the Corinthian helmets provided superior head protection and the xiphos swords were perfect for close combat. Their motto, "Come back with your shield or on it," emphasized their unwavering dedication to victory or death. The hoplon shield was not just a defensive tool, but also a symbol of their unity and strength. Each warrior's shield played a crucial role in protecting both himself and his comrades, creating an almost impenetrable barrier against the enemy. This combination of tactics and equipment made the Spartan army one of the most effective fighting forces in ancient history. Despite their dominance, the Spartan way of life faced numerous challenges. The population of full citizens declined due to their rigid social structure and continuous wars. Internally, political inflexibility and social inequality created unrest among the lower classes and helots. The devastating defeat at the Battle of Leuctra in 371 BC marked the beginning of the end for Spartan hegemony. Externally, economic stagnation and reliance on a limited trade network weakened their financial stability. Once a mighty force, Sparta's rigid adherence to its traditional ways left it vulnerable to changing times and evolving warfare. The Spartan legacy endures today. From military academies adopting Spartan discipline, to modern boot camps emphasizing rigorous training, leadership seminars teaching Spartan principles, and popular culture immortalizing their stories, the influence of Sparta is still felt. Movies like 300 and books on Spartan leadership principles have kept the fascination with Spartan culture alive. Modern military strategies often draw from Spartan tactics, and leadership books highlight their methods for effective team management. Cultural festivals celebrate their legacy, showing the lasting impact of Spartan ideals. The story of Sparta is one of glory, resilience, and eventual decline. Yet their spirit lives on, inspiring generations with their discipline and dedication. If you're fascinated by Spartan history, make sure to visit the archaeological sites in Sparta and Athens to witness the remnants of this mighty civilization. The legacy of Sparta extends beyond ancient ruins. Their military strategies and societal structures continue to influence modern military training and leadership philosophies. From their emphasis on discipline and teamwork, we can learn valuable lessons that apply to our lives today. Embracing the Spartan ethos can inspire us to strive for excellence and resilience in the face of challenges. While the Spartan men were renowned for their military prowess, the women of Sparta played an equally significant role in shaping their society. Unlike many other ancient cultures, Spartan women received a formal education that included physical training, arts, and music. They were encouraged to be strong and resilient, mirroring the values instilled in the men. Spartan women were also given considerable freedoms and responsibilities. They managed household affairs, owned property, and even had a say in familial and societal decisions. This empowerment allowed them to influence Spartan culture profoundly. Their primary role was to bear and raise strong warriors, but their influence extended far beyond motherhood. Spartan women instilled the values of discipline, courage, and loyalty in their children, ensuring that these principles were passed down through generations. The strength and independence of Spartan women were not just societal norms, but were essential to the survival and success of Sparta. Their legacy is a testament to the importance of gender equality and the significant impact women can have on a society's culture and values. As we reflect on the history of Sparta, it is crucial to acknowledge the contributions of Spartan women. Their resilience and strength continue to inspire and remind us of the power of equality and education in shaping a prosperous society. The daily life of a Spartan citizen was a blend of rigorous discipline, communal living, and adherence to customs that shaped their unique society. From a young age, Spartans were trained to prioritize the needs of the state above personal desires. Children, both boys and girls, were subjected to physical training and education designed to instill resilience, discipline, and loyalty. For Spartan boys, life was centered around the Agoge, a state-sponsored education and training program. From the age of 7, they lived in communal barracks, learning skills in combat, survival, and strategy. Their days were filled with physical exercises, mock battles, and lessons in Spartan values. This rigorous upbringing aimed to produce elite warriors capable of defending and expanding the Spartan state. Spartan girls, while also receiving physical training, had a different daily routine. They engaged in activities that promoted strength and health, such as running, wrestling, and javelin throwing. Their education also included arts and music, allowing them to contribute to Spartan culture. Despite their primary role as mothers of future warriors, their daily lives were imbued with a sense of autonomy and purpose. Adults in Spartan society had their own set of routines, deeply rooted in communal living and simplicity. Spartan men, once they completed their military training, continued to live in barracks with their comrades even after marriage. They participated in communal meals called syssitia, where they shared simple, austere food. These meals reinforced camaraderie and equality among the citizens. Spartan women, managing household affairs and raising children, had a significant influence on daily life. They ensured that the values of discipline and strength were upheld within the home. Unlike women in many other ancient societies, Spartan women could own and manage property, giving them a degree of economic power. Religious practices and festivals were integral to Spartan daily life. Spartans worshipped gods like Apollo, Artemis, and Athena, holding regular ceremonies and public sacrifices. These religious activities fostered a strong sense of community and reinforced the societal norms and values. In essence, the daily life of a Spartan was a testament to their commitment to the state's ideals of discipline, strength, and communal unity. Every aspect of their routines, from childhood to adulthood, was designed to serve the greater good of Sparta, ensuring its dominance and legacy in the ancient world. While the martial prowess of Sparta is well documented, the philosophical ideas that emerged from this unique society have also left an indelible mark on Western thought. Unlike their Athenian counterparts who focused on intellectual pursuits, the Spartans developed a practical philosophy centered around discipline, communal responsibility, and the virtue of strength. One of the key tenets of Spartan philosophy was the concept of eunomia, meaning good order or governance. Spartans believed that a well-ordered society, governed by strict laws and social structures, was essential for maintaining peace and stability. This idea influenced later political theories, emphasizing the importance of law and order in a functional society. Another significant aspect of Spartan philosophy was the ideal of austerity. Spartans valued simplicity and frugality, shunning luxury and excess. This austere lifestyle was seen as a way to build resilience and focus on what truly mattered, the welfare of the state and its citizens. The Stoics, a later philosophical school, adopted similar principles, advocating for a life of virtue and self-control. The Spartan notion of collective identity also had a profound impact. Spartans prioritized the needs of the community over individual desires, fostering a sense of unity and mutual support. This concept can be seen in various forms of communal living and cooperative societies throughout history, where the emphasis is on collective well-being rather than personal gain. Additionally, the Spartan emphasis on courage and honor as core values resonated through the ages. The idea that true honor comes from serving one's community and facing challenges with bravery has been a recurring theme in Western literature, military traditions, and ethical frameworks. In conclusion, while Sparta may be best known for its warriors, its philosophical contributions have also shaped Western thought in profound ways. The Spartan ideals of discipline, austerity, collective identity, and honor continue to influence modern concepts of governance, ethics, and community, ensuring that the legacy of this ancient society endures beyond its military achievements. The Spartan military machine was not forged overnight. It was the result of a rigorous and demanding training regimen that began in early childhood. At the heart of this system was the Agoge, an educational and training program designed to mold boys into elite warriors and disciplined citizens. From the age of 7, Spartan boys were taken from their families and enrolled in the Agoge. This was not merely a physical training program, but a comprehensive education in Spartan values and skills. The boys lived in communal barracks, learning to endure harsh conditions, subsist on minimal rations, and perform strenuous physical exercises daily. They were taught to be resourceful, often encouraged to steal food to supplement their diet, but punished severely if caught, teaching them cunning and stealth. Physical training included running, wrestling, and combat drills, all aimed at building strength, agility, and endurance. However, mental preparation was equally important. The young Spartans were educated in reading, writing, and music, but with a strong emphasis on obedience, self-discipline, and loyalty to the state. The Spartan education system also focused on developing resilience and stoicism, preparing them to face the hardships of battle without flinching. One of the most brutal aspects of the Agoge was the Krypteia, a secret rite of passage where young men were sent into the countryside with minimal supplies, tasked with surviving and eliminating any perceived threats to Spartan society. This practice served as both a test of survival skills and a method of instilling a sense of duty and vigilance. The culmination of the Agoge was the transition from youth to full-fledged warriors. At the age of 20, Those who had successfully completed their training would join the Spartan army, becoming part of the elite fighting force that was feared throughout the ancient world. Even then, the training did not cease. Spartans continued to hone their skills and maintain their physical prowess throughout their lives. The rigorous training regimen of Spartan soldiers was not just about creating effective warriors. It was about instilling a way of life. The discipline, resilience, and communal spirit fostered through the Agoge were foundational to the Spartan identity, ensuring that each soldier was not only a formidable fighter, but also a dedicated citizen of Sparta. In summary, the Spartan training regimen, epitomized by the Agoge system, was a comprehensive program of physical and mental preparation. It forged boys into warriors, instilled core Spartan values, and ensured that the Spartan army remained one of the most formidable military forces in history. The Spartan army was renowned not just for the sheer strength and discipline of its soldiers, but also for its innovative and effective warfare strategies. Central to Spartan military success was the phalanx formation, a tactical arrangement that allowed them to maximize their combat effectiveness. The phalanx was a tight, rectangular mass formation of hoplites, armed with spears and shields. Each soldier's shield protected not only himself but also the soldier to his left, creating a nearly impenetrable wall of armor and spear tips. This formation required immense discipline and coordination, as the success of the phalanx depended on the ability of each soldier to maintain their position and work in unison with their comrades. In battle, the Spartans would advance slowly and methodically, their shields locked together and spears poised to strike. The front rows bore the brunt of the attack, while the rear rows provided support and reinforcement. The phalanx was particularly effective in open-field battles where the terrain allowed for the formation to maintain its integrity. Beyond the phalanx, Spartan tactics included strategic use of terrain and deception. They often chose battlefields that favored their fighting style, such as narrow passes that neutralized the numerical advantage of their enemies. The Battle of Thermopylae is a prime example, where a small Spartan force held off a vastly larger Persian army by exploiting the narrow terrain. The Spartans also employed psychological warfare, using their reputation and appearance to intimidate their enemies. Their distinctive red cloaks and long hair were not just for show. They were intended to create an aura of fearlessness and invincibility. Before battle, Spartans would sing hymns and chant, further unnerving their opponents. Flexibility in tactics was another hallmark of Spartan warfare. They adapted their strategies based on the strengths and weaknesses of their enemies. For instance, against lighter-armed foes, Spartans would break their phalanx into smaller, more maneuverable units, allowing them to outflank and overwhelm their adversaries. In summary, the Spartan army's success was not solely due to the physical prowess of its soldiers, but also to their mastery of advanced warfare strategies. The phalanx formation, strategic use of terrain, psychological tactics, and adaptability on the battlefield all contributed to their legendary status as one of the most formidable military forces in history. The political system of Sparta was as unique and formidable as its military. At the heart of this system were three primary institutions: the dual kingship, the Gerousia, and the Apella. Each played a crucial role in maintaining the stability and strength of Spartan society. Sparta was ruled by two kings simultaneously, a system known as a diarchy. These kings came from two separate royal families, the Agiads and the Eurypontids. Their roles were primarily military and religious. One king would lead the army into battle, while the other remained in Sparta to ensure the city's protection and oversee religious ceremonies. This dual kingship helped balance power and prevent the concentration of too much authority in the hands of a single ruler. Supporting the kings was the Gerousia, a council of elders. This body consisted of 28 men over the age of 60, elected for life, and the two kings. The Gerousia held significant power, as it was responsible for proposing laws and policies to the Apella, the assembly of Spartan citizens. Additionally, the Gerousia acted as a supreme court, judging serious criminal cases and having the authority to impose the death penalty or exile. The Apella, or assembly, was composed of male citizens over the age of 30. This body had the power to vote on proposals made by the Gerousia, elect officials, and make decisions on war and peace. Unlike modern democratic assemblies, the Apella did not engage in open debate. Instead, decisions were made by shouting in favor or against proposals. The loudest shout determined the outcome, a method that reflected the Spartan emphasis on simplicity and efficiency. Together, these institutions created a balanced system of governance that ensured no single entity could dominate. The dual kingship provided checks and balances within the executive branch, while the Gerousia and Apella allowed for a blend of oligarchic and democratic elements. This structure helped maintain the stability and order necessary for Sparta to focus on its military endeavors and societal discipline. In conclusion, the political system of Sparta was a sophisticated and well-organized framework that contributed to the city's enduring legacy. By balancing power among the kings, the Gerousia and the Apella, Sparta was able to maintain a stable and effective government that supported its militaristic and austere way of life. The economic structure of Sparta was as unique as its political and military systems. Central to this economy were the helots, land distribution, and trade practices that ensured the city-state's self-sufficiency and stability. Helots, an enslaved population primarily composed of conquered peoples, formed the backbone of Spartan agriculture. These individuals worked the land and provided the necessary food supply, allowing Spartan citizens to focus on military training and governance. Despite their critical role, helots were treated harshly and lived under constant threat of violence to prevent rebellion. Land distribution in Sparta was highly regulated. Land, known as kleroi, was allocated to Spartan citizens by the state. Each citizen received a portion of land, worked by helots, which provided the necessary resources to sustain their household. This system ensured that every Spartan family had the means to support themselves, thus maintaining social stability. Trade in Sparta was minimal compared to other Greek city-states. Spartans prided themselves on self-sufficiency and discouraged extensive trade and accumulation of wealth. The use of iron bars as currency instead of coins further limited commercial activities. These iron bars were cumbersome and of little value outside of Sparta, discouraging Spartans from engaging in trade and focusing instead on their austere lifestyle. However, some trade was inevitable. Sparta did engage in limited trade for essential goods not available locally, such as metals for weaponry and luxury items for the elite. This trade was carefully controlled to prevent the influx of foreign influence that could disrupt Spartan society. In conclusion, the economic structure of Sparta was intricately designed to support its militaristic and austere way of life. Through the use of helots, regulated land distribution, and minimal trade, Sparta maintained a stable and self-sufficient economy that allowed its citizens to dedicate themselves to the state's primary focus, military excellence, and societal discipline. The religious beliefs and practices of the Spartans were deeply intertwined with their daily lives and societal structure. The Spartans worshipped a pantheon of gods, with particular reverence given to Artemis Orthia, Apollo, and Athena. These deities were seen as protectors of the city and its warriors, embodying the values of strength, wisdom, and discipline that were central to Spartan life. Artemis Orthia, the goddess of hunting and wilderness, was especially significant. Her sanctuary in Sparta was the site of numerous rites and rituals, including the infamous diamastigosis, a brutal rite of passage where young Spartan boys were whipped to prove their endurance and resilience. This ritual was part of the Agoge, the rigorous training regimen that every Spartan male underwent. Apollo, the god of music, prophecy, and healing, was also highly venerated. The Spartans believed that Apollo guided their leaders and warriors, providing divine counsel through oracles and dreams. The Hyacinthia festival, dedicated to Apollo, was one of the most important religious events in Sparta. This three-day festival involved various ceremonies, including athletic contests, choral performances, and sacrifices, all aimed at honoring the god and seeking his favor. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, was another central figure in Spartan religion. Her worship was closely associated with the city's military endeavors. The Spartans believed that Athena's strategic prowess and martial skills were instrumental in their victories on the battlefield. Her temple in Sparta, known as the Chalkioikos, or Bronze House, was a prominent religious site where offerings and prayers were made for success in war. In addition to these major deities, the Spartans also honored local heroes and ancestral spirits. The cult of the hero was a significant aspect of Spartan religion, with various shrines and altars dedicated to legendary figures such as Lycurgus, the semi-mythical lawgiver, and Leonidas, the heroic king who fell at Thermopylae. Religious festivals and rituals played a crucial role in maintaining social cohesion and reinforcing the values of the Spartan community. These events were not only spiritual observances, but also opportunities for communal bonding and the demonstration of Spartan virtues. In conclusion, the religious beliefs and practices of the Spartans were a vital aspect of their identity and way of life. Through the worship of their gods, the performance of rituals, and the celebration of festivals, the Spartans sought to align themselves with divine will and uphold the principles of strength, discipline, and unity that defined their society.